Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is the long awaited weddings tutorial for mates. We have had weddings for about a year now, but there is quite a lot to unpack, and so I got a little overwhelmed. But I think I've got this cut down to a pretty short video here where I'm going to cover everything for weddings, and then we will cover children and rendezvous in separate videos because there's more to unpack there. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you'll do when you go in to see to choose your marriage, you will go into this scene. It pops up on the bottom right corner of the mates tab, and you have the 4 different mates that you're going to choose. There's also birth date information for them there that's not available in other places. Obviously I chose Lord Chu, and then you get this very cute little cutscene. Now there are 2 different weddings that you can choose from. I have a video for both weddings available, so you will be able to see the difference between the 2 different weddings. I ended up paying for the VIP wedding, which granted me a bunch of different goodies that I will cover once we get to that. And then there is also my friend Ace's wedding, who I have permission from to show their wedding, and they had the regular wedding, so I have that recorded as well. So once you get past the first cutscene, then you get access to this screen, which is all of the different cutscenes that you will get and all the different things, the goodies that you'll get for finishing this mate's wedding. So you can see Lord Chu moves across the timeline at the top. And this is where you choose the name that you want your mate to call you. And you can also type in your birthday. I've gone ahead and covered mine so that I don't give that information away for free. Your mate, all of this information that you're putting in can be changed later. I don't know what's up with that broken screen right in the middle there. That must have happened during the original video. But it's been so long now that I simply don't know what that was about. We're gonna go ahead and skip this cutscene, and we will move into the next part of the wedding ceremony. So here we go. From this day, to have and to hold, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do us part. And you get a little marriage license. And then the butler will appear to head on. Yep, so then there's another one of these, and there is a gift list. These are items that you get upon getting married. So spirit fruit, common paper, dreamed pots, which are very useful. And then this is the screen where you can choose what wedding you want. If you get the fancy wedding, that's what's going to happen. Because first I will show you the fancy wedding because that is what I got. And when you get a fancy wedding, you get the posed outfit, you get the new chat banner, you get a wedding chibi, which I think I had to accept from the mailbox. It's not the True Love chibi, it is the Grand Wedding chibi because, and then I actually can't see if those were from me or not. Oh, I think they are. Yes, so when you get married, your guild also gets some red packets, particularly if you get the fancy wedding. I'm not sure why I wasn't able to accept it at the time because I do get it later. Oh, and I've gone up a VIP level. Well, I'm certainly far past that particular level. Oh, this was the real reason I got the $100 wedding suit, so that I could double dip and get this posed suit as well. So that means I got 2 suits for 50 each. And that's girl math. Let's see what else we have. So, like all posed suits, in order to get that pose to happen, you do have to get the entire suit. Luckily, with the wedding event, you do get the whole suit all at once. But in order to wear the posed outfit, you do need to have the whole thing on and then hit the pose button in the top left corner. If you have any part of another suit on when you put on a posed suit, it doesn't work, which is really unfortunate. I do wish the pose was like a dress piece, like a second dress piece, and then I could change my wig and my background at will, but unfortunately, we were not that lucky. And then for getting the True Love suit, you also do get 100 gold. But like I said, you do get a chat set. Oh, I miss getting the lotuses for completing outfits. Oh man. But you do get a chat set, and you do get a number of other items. And here we go into another cut scene. There are many of them. And I think each one gives you a little goodie. So it is helpful. The big gold spend is not the wedding itself. It is the child that will happen. You do immediately get a child upon getting married, as we will see once we get to that cutscene. I also have videos of what happens when you divorce a mate, because you can divorce a mate. There is a gold cost associated with that, and then the saddest cutscenes you can imagine. The devs really pulled the heartstrings on us. I will have those posted at the end of the video. I myself did not record them. I did not divorce my mate. I have no intention of doing that, but other people on the Discord did and posted them. I have their permission to post those. Those will be shorts, so if you want to see the divorce cutscene before you submit to that, then you are welcome to it. I have just double checked from Aula on S34. In order to divorce a mate, it will cost you 1314 gold, so 1,314 gold. Your current mate marriage level will be cut in half. You cannot remarry the one you divorced for 7 days, but you can marry a different mate immediately. You do not lose any marriage points for the shop, and you keep the kids. Thank you for that, Ola. Here we go. Once we hit marriage in here, there's ever more cutscenes to go through. And here we go. Once you select the marriage, you can begin to, once you start that event, there's a number of things that you can do with your friends. You want to invite everybody on the server. For our server, we were actually planning mate marriages in advance. Like we would say, I'm gonna have my wedding at guest time, come to my wedding. You only have 3 weddings a day, and my server is very friendly with each other, or at least server 5-6 is super friendly with each other, and this was back then before we merged, and so we ended up planning all of our weddings so that everybody could attend, because there are a number of goodies that you get for attending a wedding. You can see here everybody's picking up red packets. You as the bride or groom, depending on I guess who you're marrying, don't necessarily have to drop anything. Those 4 buttons on the left hand side do contribute to something. The first one is this little mini game that you can play where you try to find the mate. Everybody plays this, whether they are a guest or whether they are the bride. And once you select them, you do get a little prize for that. Then there is tips. So this is the mini game that is available for the guests, where the mate is doing little riddles that you have to figure out. It's like unscrambling words. So that's quite fun. Oh, I was trying to spell Minotaur, I think. Maybe. I cannot type. When you play this minigame, though, you do have to be sure that you are directing your responses to the mate. I think you have to @ the mate or like click their link within. You have to click this red answer button, and then it asks the mate, and then the answer goes to them, because they are a bot, so you do have to direct it at them. You can't just shout your answers out into the chat. It won't work. There is also completion prizes here on the right hand side. Those are gathered as everybody in the group throws fireworks and answers quizzes and participates in the event. A wedding lasts, I want to say, about 15 minutes if there isn't too many people there, but once all of the prizes are received and everybody's visited, the wedding ends pretty quickly. And once we get the last of the mate gifts in, we can say thank you for coming, and we can move on to the next part, which is the spicy part. Did I not record the wedding cutscene, or is it yet to come? I guess we'll find out in a second, because there is a cutscene where you give the 3 bows with your mate. And then there's more prizes to collect from your friends. Yes. And more fireworks. You can choose, when you are not the mate, to give gold drop fireworks. Well, you can choose that as a mate too. I just see it. There's 125 and 1. The 100 gold flower cluster fireworks drops gold for your friends, and then the other 2, I think, drop coins and other goodies, as well as giving ambiance points and helping get the wedding completion prize filled. We are just a mob. There's so many people here. If you get the grand wedding, you actually can invite more people to your wedding ceremony. That's part of the reason I got the grand, is I invited absolutely everybody, and I planned it for the time the server is the busiest. If you get the other wedding, there's, I think, a limit of 25 people, and this one has a limit of 50 people, if I remember correctly. So if you are planning to invite the whole server, or the whole guild, or whoever, then you have to sort of plan to have the space for them, just like in a real wedding. I have no idea what I was scrolling up all the way there for. Just reading, just trying to answer choose riddles, I think. The wedding event is just super fun bonding time for everybody that you know. They're very exciting, and everybody's always happy to attend. So make sure to invite all your friends. So here we've gone ahead and cut my wedding short so that I can show you what the other wedding is. You see, I didn't receive an invite to this one, so I'm typing "let me in" for Ace to either post the wedding invite into the world chat or to send one in my DMs, so that I can attend her wedding. There is also a second option that I didn't realize at the time, where if I go back to the palace page, scroll all the way left, there is a bulletin board that allows people entry into a marriage ceremony. I think, I don't know which route I took. I do not know which route I took at this time. Let's find out, I guess. There we go. Looks like I got an invite posted that way, and here we are. This is the simple wedding ceremony. So you see the background is different from my wedding ceremony. This is the free one, or rather the one I think you have to pay a little bit of gold for. And then it's the same exact thing as far as mini games and as far as everything else. You just don't get the prizes that you get when you marry the mate with the big wedding. So no chat banner. And I do feel like the simple wedding chibi is supposed to go with this. I don't think that it does, but I think you're supposed to get something with it. I got the other wedding, obviously, but you'll have to let me know if you receive the other wedding chibi that's available. And then your mate still stands in the back, your friends still come in, they play games, there's still completion prizes and gold to be given out for anybody who's spending fireworks. So hopefully this helps everybody. There is immediately after you marry your mate, there is a cutscene, and I think it's in one of the next videos, so that might end up in the childbirth video, the cutscene where you actually create the child. Hi. Okay, so when you get married, you have this screen afterwards. Once the marriage is completed, you'll have marriage, rendezvous, and moments, as well as outing daily and rankings. Once you go into the marriage screen, this is where you can change things like what the mate calls you and also backgrounds and images. So we go into info. You can see your anniversary date, which is how I know it's been a year since I recorded the main part of the video. Oops. You can change the love nest name. That would be this room. You see there's 3 hearts up there. Your diminutive is is what they will call you. And then there is also the nickname that you can choose. The divorce button is right there. I'm not going to touch it. You go into chamber, and at the time of recording, there are different background musics for the room. Oh, I like that one the best. I'm going to keep that one. I haven't unlocked the 4th one because my love needs to reach level 10. I have been neglecting this marriage. Don't look too closely at it. But there are 4 different rooms and 4 different background musics that you can choose from. There's the original wedding room, and then a bedroom that's just basic bedroom instead, and then the darkened room. I've got it set to the dark room right now. You can see your mate love level right here, and also what you unlock as you go through the love levels. They add to your power, and it only goes up to level 10 at this time, so there might be more later. This is the shop where you can unlock the different items. There is a chat set called True Love that you can get. It is a perfect match for the banner that you can get with the $100 wedding. And then there is a marriage outfit for your mate. It is very, very expensive. It takes about a month of working, of doing the mate tasks to purchase everything, maybe more depending on whether you spend any of that, but it's every day you have to come in and do work with your mate. So let's see, there is a couple, and then there is Go Adventure. That will take you to Rendezvous, which is in a separate video. There is Interact, and there is Company. If you click on Interact, you will be greeted with a little cutscene from your mate. You can go ahead and skip that and then follow the directions on whatever it wants you to do with your mate. And then once that is done, you receive 200 points for your mate, as well as some coins. You can do this 3 times a day. You can call, you can wait, or actually it's 9 hours. So for free, I think it's twice a day, but it's only 20 gold to call them back, and you can do that 3 times, which I definitely recommend so that you can get the full 600 mate points. So wipe the sweat off his forehead. I am clicking on it. Okay. It's a little bit difficult sometimes to get the full, to get the little taps where they're meant to be. The hitboxes aren't exactly where you think they're going to be. So that's 600 mate points, and then you can also do Company. Don't bother setting it for more than 5 minutes unless you really want to, because the 520 points that you get does not change. with more time. So that's it. So that's what you get for that. And then I'll click on that in just a second. Let's go check the rendezvous for how many mate points are available in here. Time for math. There's 370 mate points in here for a total of, well, I shouldn't add the 370 because you have to spend the whole week to get that. So that's going to be added to the weekly total. So daily you get daily you get 1,120, and then weekly you get 7,840 with the just from completing the daily task with your mate, and then you get a total of 8,210 if you complete the rendezvous tasks as well. The mate suit in the marriage shop costs 90,000 mate points, so it takes about 10 weeks, so I scratch that's about 2 months of making sure that you actually do your mate tasks just to complete the mate's marriage outfit. And then there's also an additional that's 14k to get the the chat set. So go ahead and add some more time to that. If you cannot look at the mate shop for the other mates. It's the exact same except they have their own mate's outfit. Let's go ahead and take a look at those. So we can go into the Emperor's dressing room and I can go find his marriage outfit. It's the only one I don't have, and it is very nicely called Married Life and Shared Feelings. We can also go into the doctor's dressing room. So his is Lotus Lover, and let's go get his wig here. It's that one, Evergreen. So that is his outfit. And then Lady Lou's wedding dress as well, and you can marry her. The only difference between a Lady Lou marriage and one of the male marriages is they had to censor the wedding a little bit, so there is an end cap on either end when you marry her and when you divorce her that tells you that this was just a play. But otherwise, the marriage scenes, the marriage cutscenes, and the divorce are all the same. They just had to end cap it for censorship purposes because this is a Chinese game. Beyond that, though, it's pretty much the same. So that is the marriage shop. From in here, you can access childbirth and go into children. I have 2 more slots for kids. I'm not using those. But that will be covered in the children's video later. So I will catch you all in the next one. I hope this helps you guys figure out how weddings work. Bye bye. Bye bye, and catch you in the next one. Like and subscribe.